If you ask me, these massive, globally recognized brands completely missed the mark with their ads in 2024. Yep, in this video, I am sharing 3 of the worst ad campaigns that I've seen lately, along with 3 of my favorite campaigns from the recent holiday season, why I love them, what they got right, and how you can replicate it in your own marketing. Keep watching. Hey Posse, what's up? It's Alex, and I am really excited about this video because you know I love to analyze marketing I see in the wild, whether that's billboards, flyers, Facebook ads, full-blown TV commercials, or even the packaging in the supermarket. And then of course, I love to come here and share with you all my opinions on why I think it works or doesn't work. I've been in the marketing industry for 16 years, and I created this channel to teach you everything I learned along the way and everything I'm still learning. So if that sounds good to you, you know what to do. Go ahead and subscribe below, and don't forget to ring that bell to be notified when my next video goes live. All right, let's start this video off on a high note and take a look at some of my favorite holiday campaigns from 2024. There is one thing that all of these campaigns have in common, and I'm wondering if you can catch it. Starting with number 1, Olipop. Okay, first up, Olipop, the health prebiotic drink, has really picked up popularity over the last couple of years. Now, I am a fan of Olipop's branding. It's got a classic yet fun and nostalgic vibe to it. Their USP is a new kind of soda, and they incorporate that into their branding by sharing new spins on old classics. Like this holiday ad, which features 2 Yetis in stop motion style video. Yes, just like the old classic Christmas shows, Rudolph and Santa Claus is Coming to Town. If you're old enough to remember this, you will immediately love it. It is so great, and this is really on brand for Olipop, who, like I said, has always maintained that very classic nostalgic marketing vibe. Now, the ad itself was super cute, with the 2 Yetis accidentally scaring all of the townsfolk while they're trying to enjoy winter activities like ice skating and caroling. And of course, the ad ends with the Yetis apologizing with a bag of Olipop, and then they are no longer seen as scary and they are accepted for who they are. But the reason Olipop made it into my list of favorites isn't necessarily because of this ad in particular, even though I do think it's really cute and very on brand. What they did really well was create an entire holiday campaign around these Christmas Yetis. Nearly all of their content that was shared throughout the holiday season was themed with these Yetis. They even put the 2 Yetis, who obviously they named Ollie and Pop, on the front of their 2 popular drinks, the red and the green ones, obviously. They came up with a quiz so that you could find out if you were more of an Ollie or a Pop. I am definitely a Pop, and they even posted some fun holiday themed drinks featuring their seasonal Olipop. Of course, a lot of their messaging for this campaign was focused on getting these limited edition cans, but the marketing was just so much more than that. The reason this campaign was such a winner in my book is because I loved how they turned one ad into an entire experience for their fans, something they can repeat over and over again every single holiday season. It's something their fans can really look forward to, like a holiday tradition. This is smart marketing. It's not thinking about what will work and bring in more sales in the short term. It's really about zooming out, thinking about the customer's experience, and then how you can maximize that for positive brand association to get them to fall in love with your product and brand, of course, all year round. All right, next up on my list is number 2, Papaya Reusables. Papaya is another brand I love. The company started as a reusable products company, but when their reusable paper towel immediately went viral, they shifted their focus to just that. They have really created a name for themselves with video ads of a woman going around her house, cleaning up everyday spills and messes with her papaya, rinsing it out, hanging it up to dry, all while cracking jokes and hilariously educating everyone about how they've been cleaning wrong. Usually with a few well-placed curse words sprinkled throughout, which I think is really fun, and their holiday ads were absolutely no different.
Keep answering those letters, Nikki. Confession? I hate gift giving.
Now, obviously, this approach would not work for everyone, but this is very on brand for Papaya. But again, the reason Papaya made it to my list isn't because they dressed someone up as a cursing Mrs. Claus and filmed a funny video. Just like Olipop, Papaya is focused on creating a brand experience. One quick scroll through their social media page and you can see how much holiday themed content they posted. They are all about entertaining their audience first. Cleaning a house is not fun, right? It is a chore for everyone. So something Papaya does really well is addresses this head on with their messaging through humor, while also offering a simpler and less wasteful solution. From going out on the streets and actually interviewing people to filming parodies and just having fun with their content. But at the end of the day, it is a brand that is founded on reducing waste and helping the environment. So that still, of course, stays top of mind with all of their messaging. They are passionate about what they do, and it really shows. This is the type of advertising that is irresistible to the right people. And this is why I always talk about the importance of polarity. Do not try to be for everyone, right? Be you and your people will find you. They are clearly doing something right. All right, just one more brand that I want to highlight before I go to my worst ad picks of 2024. Number 3, Shiner Beer. A humble beer from a local Texas brewery that has grown in popularity over the years and is now available all over the USA. Like Olipop, last year Shiner Beer released its first holiday campaign ever for a seasonal drink called Shiner's Holiday Cheer. The ad shows 2 good old boys from Texas wrapping up a long day on the ranch, and one man pulls out 2 Shiner Holiday Cheers from the cooler, and they sit back to enjoy their hard work, which was of course putting up all of those beautiful Christmas lights. No one speaks in this ad, by the way, not even a voiceover. And this is a great example of true storytelling where you show, don't tell. They are showing you the experience of an average everyday person who drinks holiday cheer. It is very Texas, it's tough but quiet. They aren't loud or pushy or trying to convince you why you should drink their beer. It has a very if you know kind of vibe to it. It feels exclusive, kind of like a secret beer club. No explanation is needed. You either get it or you don't. They even sell merch that says it's kind of a Texas thing. That just further proves that point. It's genius. And I'm not a cowboy, but they have me feeling FOMO. I want to join this beer club, and I don't even drink beer because I'm celiac. But again, they don't just stop with this one great ad. They blow up all of their channels with content about holiday cheer, a spin on the 'twas the night before Christmas, funny memes where they're making fun of themselves, and they even primed their audience that holiday cheer was coming right after Halloween, like any good holiday movie, right? This is a great example of a brand that totally gets it. And have you noticed what all 3 of these brands have in common with their advertising? They know how to build a loyal community and create an experience. Now, you might be asking, how on earth are you supposed to replicate that if you have a teeny tiny marketing budget? Well, what all of these ad campaigns taught us is that less is actually more when you focus on things that really matter. Great sales are not always about flashing, huge discount or using buzzwords or running a million ads. You'll notice that none of these brands I just mentioned did any of that. Great sales come down to one thing: creating connection. So ask yourself, how can you go deep before you go wide? How can you create an experience with your brand so that every touch point feels like right on? So that every touch point gives you the if you know kind of vibe to your people. How can you make your audience feel connected with you? What is the feeling you want your brand and messaging to deliver? What does it mean about your customer when they buy from you? For Olipop, it's all about that nostalgia. For Papaya, it's making a mundane task seem relatable and fun. For Shiner, it's that feeling of belonging. Focus on your brand experience first and create everything from there. All right, now you heard me talk about 3 brands and ad campaigns that I absolutely loved. Now, are you ready for the dish? Are you ready to dive into some brands that I think completely lost sight of this marketing truth in 2024? Starting with ad fail number 1, Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola has been running the same classic holidays are coming ads for over 30 years. Their branding has always really been focused on creating that sense of togetherness, right? Bringing people together and accepting one another unconditionally. Like Olipop, they've always had that feel-good, nostalgic vibe to their commercials. For decades, authenticity and connection have been at the core of Coca-Cola's messaging and branding. Even today, their tagline is real magic. Well, they couldn't have missed the mark more when they decided to release a very not real 100% AI generated version of their classic holidays are coming ad. Something magic in the night. Can you see it shining bright? And well, people were outraged. They did not like it one bit. Take a look at these comments. The irony of the real magic tagline at the end of a fake commercial. Coming from a billion-dollar company like Coca-Cola, this is an AI embarrassment. I bought a Pepsi today because of this ad. Whew. Nothing like celebrating the spirit of Christmas with the most soulless commercial possible. This is probably the worst choice Coca-Cola could have made. I don't have Pepsi. Is Coke okay? Nope. And on it goes. And as if it's not bad enough that Coca-Cola basically went against their own brand values to make this ad, they weren't even diligent enough to catch the major AI spelling mistake at the beginning of the ad. This whole thing feels rushed, sloppy, and just not at all authentic. In a rush to get ahead with AI technology, Coca-Cola totally misread and misunderstood what their audience most values and single-handedly flushed that legacy down the toilet. In my opinion, the only positive point about this ad was that they disclosed that it was in fact created by AI, as if we couldn't tell. All right, the next ad fail on the list is number 2, Bumble. Now, this wasn't a holiday ad like the others, but it was just such a major fail last year from a brand I really used to love, so I wanted to include it. Bumble is a dating app founded by women for women, so it's similar to other dating apps like Tinder, but there's one key difference: women have to make the first move. It was a brand that really boasted that it empowered women and prompted safe and healthy connections. It really grew in popularity quite fast, gaining a positive name for itself in the dating industry, until they launched their anti-celibacy campaign to introduce a new Bumble. Now, the video ad has since been deleted, so I can't even find it to share it with you, but the ad was of a woman who swears off intimacy and then joins a convent. Then a handsome gardener catches her eye, she breaks her vow of celibacy, and hops onto Bumble, finding salvation in the dating app. Please. To go along with their video ad, they also created billboards with phrases like, "You know full well a vow of celibacy is not the answer," and "Thou shalt not give up on dating and become a nun." Now, Bumble's intentions with these ads, of course, I think, was to be playful, but for an app that was founded on the premise of empowering women and providing a safe space for them to date and make connections, I kind of feel like they totally missed the mark with that message. Many people viewed the campaign as promoting casual sex and hookup culture as cool, and anyone who is celibate as not cool. And this really marginalizes a major part of their community who may choose celibacy for a variety of different reasons. Yeah, so not great for a brand that presents itself as standing up for women's rights and the right to exercise personal choice. Yeah, Bumble totally misread what their audience values most. The response from their community was so negative that Bumble immediately withdrew the ads and even issued an apology statement. So this is a great example of trying too hard to be funny or witty at the expense of your brand values and what your audience actually wants. All right, this next fail really pains me to talk about because, you guys, I am a huge fan of this brand. Number 3, Apple. Another example of a mega brand missing the mark by valuing AI profits over human experience is Apple. Don't do this to me. Why? Apple is in hot water in my books for 2 ads that they released last year. The first ad came out a couple of months before Christmas to promote their Apple Intelligence system. There were several ads in this campaign, but I'm gonna show you just the one that I cringe at the hardest. This ad shows a stereotypical slacker in the workplace, goofing off and wasting time, putting in the bare minimum effort. Well, no, actually, he wasn't doing anything all day. Then he writes a cringe email to his boss, presses professional, and you watch as Apple Intelligence then turns him into a genius. Now, what do you think Apple is trying to communicate with this ad? Sure, maybe they're trying to be a bit funny, right? But the overall message to me communicates, hey, Apple products will make you look and sound impressive, so you don't have to really think or try or do anything at all. You can be slimy and dishonest and lazy, and that's okay. And honestly, maybe that is a benefit to a lot of people, but it's kind of insulting to the intelligence of the Apple fan base, who are mostly high-achieving professionals and creatives. Now, as bad as that ad is, there was one more Apple fail from last year, and I hate to tell you guys this, but it gets worse, because in it, Apple is literally crushing culture as we know it, including a TV, record player, piano, trumpet, guitar, cameras, a typewriter, books, paint cans, and an arcade machine, and replacing it with technology. Now, of course, this ad was meant to communicate, like, look at all the things you can do with this iPad, watch TV, read, write, create art, create music, all of that. But the imagery of technology destroying everything that makes the human experience, well, human, is the exact opposite. opposite of what Apple stands for, which is creativity, big thinking, big dreaming, and freedom of expression. Do you remember that absolutely iconic 1984 commercial? It has gone down in history as one of the best ads ever. It was all about preventing humans from being mindless, brainwashed conformists in an industrial world. And let's be honest, that is why we love and use Apple. So this is just another example of a brand sacrificing the values of their customers in a messy race to try to package and sell AI to the masses. Ugh. So if you have learned anything from this video, I hope it's that your brand's messaging should always be centered around the core values of you and your customers. And if you need help with figuring all of that out, like what are your values and how do you incorporate that into your messaging to speak to your customers, and how do you rally a loyal fan base? Then make sure to check out my program, the POSSE Brand Voice Guide, where I will take you through my proprietary branding process from start to finish. And you can learn all about that in the description box below. I will see you next week with a brand new video. Thanks for watching. Until then, I'm Alex. Ciao for now.
All right, guys, if you enjoyed that video, make sure to check out the next one from me right here. And you can click right here to get a free gift.
What does it take to write an ad, headline, or subject line that's impossible to ignore? Come along with me as I take you through one of my favorite copywriting exercises ever. I'm gonna let you look over my shoulder as I critique copy from this ad and 6 other variations of it submitted by you, the Posse community. What made them great, what left me wanting more, and what would make them even more powerful. Keep watching.